The Red Scare, the point in the Cold War where the terror and panic of communism in the United States was at its peak. So what caused the Red Scare? Well, World War I embraced anti-immigrant sympathetics. The Bolshevik Revolution created fear in many Russian and European immigrants. Finally, the end of World War I caused unemployment, and self-proclaimed anarchists sent bombs to prominent Americans. The bombings and violence enraged the United States government, so in an effort to end it, the government responded by raiding the headquarters of radical organizations and arresting thousands of suspected radicals. This led to the act named the Palmer Raids, also called the Palmer Red Raids. They were conducted by the U.S. Department of Justice in 1919 and 1920 in an attempt to arrest foreign anarchists, communists, and radical leftists. Led by Attorney General Michael Palmer, the Palmer Raids ended up heightening the impact of the Red Scare. Deportations, jail time, bombings, and raids. This is what you could expect from the Red Scare.
Founded originally on December 24, 1865, 6 Confederate veterans from Pulaski, Tennessee created the Ku Klux Klan. Originally created as a secret society, it blossomed into a terrorist organization bent on reversing the progressive legislature, especially that which gave the Southern African Americans freedoms and rights. Racist activity in the South often took the form of riots that targeted African Americans and Republicans. Time skipped to the 1920s, where the Klan would move beyond just targeting African Americans to broaden its message of hate to include Catholics, Jews, and foreigners. The Klan promoted fundamentalism and devout patriotism along with advocating white supremacy. They appealed to people who were uncomfortable with the shifting nature of America from a rural society to an urban industrial nation. And so the Klan enticed them and attracted the elite, urbanites, and intellectuals. Their message struck a chord, and so in the mid-1920s, their membership rate swelled from 3 million to nearly 8 million Klansmen. Their message spread, and membership wasn't limited to the poor and uneducated on the outside of society. Middle-class Americans everywhere donned the white robes of the Klan as well. Doctors, lawyers, and ministers became loyal supporters of the KKK, and all to try and futilely suppress the legislature and immigration policies that made them so uncomfortable.
Nicholas Sacco and Bartholomew Vanzetti, immigrants and anarchists, were executed for murder by the state of Massachusetts in 1927 on the basis of a doubtful ballistic evidence. Countless observers throughout the world believe Sacco and Vanzetti were convicted because of their political and ethnic background. The Sacco and Vanzetti case began in South Braintree, Massachusetts on April 15, 1920. Their crime? The Morrill shoe factory workers were paid in cash. The money was in 2 steel containers, and they were then picked up by the payroll guard, Alessandro Berardelli, and paymaster, Frederick A. As the 2 guards were walking towards the shoe factory, they then passed 2 men leaning on a pipe rail fence who then attacked them.